From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
The heart-pounding excitement of the Reading Rodeo is back, bucking by the river. Join us May 15th to the 18th for 4 unforgettable nights of heart-pounding action with family fun and the unrivaled thrill of rodeo. Tickets are available now exclusively at readingrodeo.com. Mark your calendars for May 15th to the 18th and ensure you're part of the action. Visit readingrodeo.com today so you don't miss out.
Well, the winds are definitely getting weaker here as we take you on over the next couple of days, so that's something to look forward to. What some of us may not be looking forward to is the fact that the temperatures are also increasing. I'm expecting 90-plus degree temperatures across the board in the valley. Even some of the inland areas could be looking at that here for tomorrow as well. Possible mountain showers, possible thunderstorms this weekend, especially going into your Sunday. But bigger heat next week, well, we'll take a look at that in a little bit more detail here in a sec. Let's start off with the winds. And you can see tomorrow morning, still a bit breezy for some of the canyons and the valleys, and not to mention some of those higher ridge tops just east of the valley. But if you look at the overall trend of the winds, they're just not that bad. This is tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, sure, we'll get up to about 10, 15 miles per hour. A little breezy at times, and as we go into your Saturday, it looks like the winds will be even just a tad weaker. Now, looking at your neighborhood forecast as we go into tomorrow, well, there's the 90s for the valley. We're in the 80s for Trinity County, and there you can see for the coast, still pretty warm there too, looking at temperatures in the low 70s, but really pretty much minus Trinity County, temperatures mainly in the 70s for most of the higher elevations. So let's take a look at Futurecast. As we take you through the day tomorrow, we'll probably see a few puffy cumulus clouds developing off to the north and east. Otherwise, sunny skies for Siskiyou County, Trinity County, and not to mention along the coast as well. Now, Saturday is where things get a little bit more interesting, because you see how we're starting to see a lot more of these puffy cumulus clouds developing in the higher elevations. And of course, what we're really noticing too are the showers and thunderstorms over the Sierra. If you look closely, you'll see a couple of dots of green here and there over parts of Northern California. Most likely it'll be dry for all of us on Saturday, including, of course, the higher elevations. But it's not out of the question on Saturday to see a stray sprinkle or a light shower coming from some of these clouds. But it doesn't look to be all that strong. Looks like it might be a little bit stronger on Sunday, as we can see, especially to the north. We could be looking at the potential for thunderstorms, but I'm not ruling out the potential for some of those coming down to the eastern mountains and maybe even into parts of Trinity County as well. That also is one of those situations where, yes, we've got the chance for thunderstorms in there, but not everyone's going to see it. All right, then we take you into Monday through Wednesday of next week. Most of the activity will be over the Sierra when we're talking about showers and thunderstorms, and should be dry for all of Northern California for really most, if not all, of next week. Now we're going to talk about those temperatures, because that's, of course, the next thing that we got to really focus our attention on. The winds have been something we've been really talking about over the next few days. That's no longer really much of a concern. As high pressure builds to the north, this comes to the south, they're spreading apart. They're getting farther and farther away from each other. As that happens, the winds begin to subside. But as this ridge builds, that means temperatures are getting warmer, and they'll stay that way through the weekend. However, this little disturbance up to our north is going to ride to the north, and it's not going to necessarily give us cool weather, but it is going to help to keep our temperatures from getting as warm as they could. So we can thank that for moving to our north. So instead of the mid to upper 90s, we're looking at temperatures more like the low to maybe some mid 90s in the valley. But then I've got my eyes on this over here, and not to mention cooler air to the north. What I'm seeing here is that high pressure eventually wants to try to win out here. So as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we're talking about temperatures mid to maybe even some upper 90s in the forecast. But again, this area of low pressure and this colder air is trying to move over that ridge of high pressure. We'll see which one wins out toward the end of next week, but as it stands right now, I'm not going to put triple digits in the forecast just yet. I mean, it might be close, especially by the middle of next week. But again, only time will tell, and we'll kind of see what happens. But for now, we'll keep it in the 90s. So yeah, once we get into the 90s tomorrow, we're going to stay in the 90s, going through a good portion, if not all of next week. All right, here are your wave heights for tomorrow. You see how they are starting to die down. And as we go into your Saturday, we're not going to see much change. If anything, they may actually increase a little bit here, but not much change over the next few days. So your marine forecast, north winds at 5 to 10 knots, waves from the northwest at 5 feet at 11 seconds, and no advisories. Okay, so let's take a look at our forecast here for tonight. Now, what we're going to see here are the temperatures still not dropping much as we do go into the overnight hours. So you can see here for tonight, temperatures upper 50s. So again, it's just a little bit of a slight breeze will keep those temperatures, but it's not just the breeze. It's the warmer air in general. You know, we talk about the warmer temperatures with your daytime highs, but that also has an impact on our overnight lows. So as a result, we're mainly in the 40s tonight and into early tomorrow morning for the mountains, and looks like in the upper 40s to low 50s out along the coast. Okay, so we look at our Trinity County neighborhood forecast. It's warming up. Now, most likely, we're going to stay below 90 degrees, but it's going to get pretty warm. Some mid, maybe even some upper 80s here for tomorrow. Now, for the North Coast, 73 for Eureka, 83 for Blue Lake, and there you can see Garberville about 89 degrees. Now, 82 for Klamath, 86 for Orleans. I don't have any showers or thunderstorms in the forecast for the inland areas, but you will notice the warmer temperatures. They kind of go down a little bit, and they kind of go back up again for Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. We take a look at your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. And again, I've included the chance for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. Thing is, though, there's a very good chance you'll make it through the day on Sunday without seeing a drop. Okay, and that's, by the way, the case for all of the mountain locations. I've got the chance in there for Sunday, including Trinity County, and not to mention Modoc County as well. But for your Friday, yeah, temperatures in the 70s. Just some very pleasant weather there. There's that chance for thunderstorms on Sunday as well for the eastern mountains. 73 for Viola, 81 though in Shingletown, 83 for Paradise, and Westwood, a high of about 71. Your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south brought to you by NorCal Tractor. Yeah, temperature is mainly in the low 90s for your daytime highs. For a high of 91 for Durham, 92 Hamilton City, 93 for Chico. Up north, about 91 for Redding, 90 for the city of Shasta Lake, and there you can see a bit cooler as you start heading up a little bit higher in elevation. Lakehead 89, 86. Out in Whiskeytown. So here's your 7-day outlook for Redding. Yeah, it's warming up. We're up to the low 90s through the weekend, mid 90s for Monday, Tuesday, even into Wednesday, and then we may see a slight dip in our temperatures by next Thursday.